I'm Andy Pilgrim with Automobile Magazine. Welcome to another edition of A Pro Racer's Take. And today, I should say tonight, at NCM Motorsports Park, we have the Porsche GT3 RS, the giant killer. And I am definitely looking forward to taking this one on track. With the GT3 RS, you're talking about a car that generates a tremendous amount of downforce. About 440 pounds of downforce is created at just 124 miles an hour or 200 kilometers per hour. Some of the things will start at the front end and sort of work our way to the back. Carbon fiber hood, obviously weight savings. Badge here. The badge is the same badge that, well, same part number as the badge that's on the race cars. It actually is a sticker, but because it's a racing sticker, you go faster and it costs loads of money because it's racing related, right? Intakes here. These air intakes actually go to the brakes. So they are part of brake cooling, and also because of the way they're designed, they actually create a little bit of extra downforce as well. Everything on this car is pretty cool that way. Carbon fiber hood, very, very light, part of the Weissach package. Also, you've got the front trunk, if you like, in the Porsche as normal, about, roughly 4 to 5 cubic feet of storage in there. There's plenty of room. This is basically a pressure release for inside the wheel well here. When you get pressure inside a wheel well, which is normal, you don't have usually a hole here, this releases the pressure and it reduces lift. As we go further back, carbon pieces everywhere, the carbon roof option. We've got the carbon on the mirrors here, which comes with the RS. And back here, this intake on the GT3 RS, the air goes straight in, creates some downforce, also kind of a ram air effect into the engine. On a GT2 RS, it has the intercoolers in the way. The air actually goes through the intercooler to help with that. That's another reason why the GT3 RS has a bit more downforce than the GT2 RS. So finally, we want to look at the back end of the car. Well, let's talk about the underneath as well, because underneath, it's flat. And when you have a flat bottom like that, non-disturbance of the air under the car and coming out the back here, that helps create downforce a little bit. And certainly the wing creates quite a bit of downforce. On the GT3 RS, this is right now a 5-degree angle. The GT2 RS only actually goes to a 3-degree angle. And again, another reason why the GT3 will create a bit more downforce. About 80 more pounds of downforce at 124 miles an hour than a GT2 RS. All right. As with all of the 911s, sort of the modern age 911s, if you like, you just have to take it on faith that the engine is actually underneath here, but it is. 4-liter, normally aspirated, flat 6 engine. It's a screamer. Red line is 9,000 RPM. Produces about 520 horsepower at 8250 RPM and 346 pounds-feet of torque at 6,000 RPM. When you have a car that weighs about 3,150 pounds these days and has 520 horsepower, you certainly need some good brakes to slow it down. This car does come with the optional PCCB option, which is Porsche carbon ceramic brake option, and they are huge. These same brakes are put on like the Porsche Turbo S, for instance, which is a car that weighs several hundred pounds more. 410 millimeter front rotor with the huge 6-piston calipers. And in the rear, you've got the 390 millimeter carbon rotors in the rear with the 4-piston calipers. One of the things you may notice on track tomorrow is black wheels. This is one of them, magnesium wheels. These wheels are part of the Weissach package, optional part of the Weissach package. For $13,000 you get these wheels, very expensive obviously, but they save about 7.5 pounds per corner unsprung weight. That's a big deal. The wheels that are on it are not the lightweight wheels, and so that's why on track tomorrow you'll see these black wheels. Tire size on the GT3 RS is a little bit bigger than the regular GT3. On the front of the RS, you've got the 265 35 by 20, and on the rear, you've got the 325 by 30 by 21. And one other thing on the tires, this car sitting here right now is the tire that most of the RSs come with. It's the Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2. Tomorrow, on these magnesium wheels, we're going to be using the Cup 2R tire, which is a little bit stickier. So let's check out the interior, yeah? Okay, these are the full bucket seats. They come standard in the RS. You don't so much get in these as fall in them. They're awesome. They're like racing seats, hold you in incredibly well. Brilliant seats. One thing to note about these seats, they can come up and down about 50 millimeters, but they do not recline because the integrity of the seat is pretty much fixed. And when you take a car on track, and 80% of people that get a GT Porsche take it on track at some point in its life, you want to see that's got this kind of integrity, this kind of structure. It's very, very strong. There's one other thing that's pretty amazing about these seats. They're manually adjustable for all the money, right? Manually adjustable, but check this out. They go a long way. They go a long way, it cracks me up. Most of the 911s have a familiar feel, but the RS, the GT3, it's very functional. It's quite simple in here, and that's fine for me. There is nothing on the steering wheel to distract you, and I just love that part, honestly. Steering wheel is a perfect shape. It's got the Alcantara, the really nice grip feel to it. Another amazing part about these cars is the PDK transmission. The RS and the GT3 with the wing only come with a PDK. You can get the GT3 Touring that has a stick shift. Personally, I love the double clutch automatic. The PDK is fantastic. I don't use the paddle shifters on track. I let it shift. In the race cars, we only have the paddle. It doesn't do the automatic thing itself. I like to shift gears too, but this is just better and it's quicker. I very much like the fact that none of the adjustments for performance are on the infotainment system. We're unlike a lot of cars today, and there's nothing on the steering wheel. Here is the stuff in the center console. So the top left is the PDK Sport, which basically makes the gear shifts a little bit quicker. Then you've got the shocks. You want to make the shocks a little bit stiffer. It's this one. Stability control off is the third one down here, and stability control and traction control off is the bottom left. The top right is the exhaust, if you want the exhaust to sound a little bit more racy, and the lift option here that lifts the front of the car a couple of inches. That's it. That's all the stuff right here. No messing, very pure. It's just the way it should be. It's feeling a little bit like winter today at NCM Motorsports Park, hence the cap, hence the my own tire warmers. We got the tire warmers on the GT3 RS, and I'm getting ready to go. I can't wait for this one. Really looking forward to it. GT3 RS, been waiting for this one for over a year. You're going to see speeds here that we have never seen with any other car we've ever tested, including the GT2 RS production car lap record holder. Insane capability of this GT3 RS. Phenomenal braking. Even through here, almost 50 sustained through the apex. Coming up to turn 5 is an aero corner on the track. It's probably the aero corner on the track. We've never seen better than 107 in min speed. 110 min speed. Amazing. On the brakes. $80 miles an hour through turn 7. 60. Down here, it was only 4 miles an hour slower than the GT2 RS down there. Deception. Good speeds. Anything over 100 on this exit, well, we're at 110. Amazing. Tabletop. Watch the speed through 15. 144 sustained. 8 miles an hour faster than anything else we've ever had through there. And here, look. 109 miles an hour. Incredible, incredible car. Up through 20. I'm trying to be patient, but we're still doing 55 miles an hour, which is very high speed through there. then up against the wall here, it's got to be over 100 miles an hour. It's got to be. 104 miles an hour. And off we go. And we see what we can do. We're expecting a 6. Well, 204.34. That's just staggering capability. Staggering capability. Nighttime's coming here at NCM Motorsports Park. We've had a great day with this GT3 RS. It lived up to everything I've read about it and seen on YouTube. From the first time I saw that lap from Kevin Estre at the Nürburgring, that sub 7-minute lap, I've wanted to get one here at NCM Motorsports Park. And thanks so much to Porsche for bringing this car here. It did not disappoint me, and that lap time is just something else. I hope you guys enjoyed it.